Hi, I'm Tony Ventura, and as a contractor, I fell in love with iLighting's LED product line, featuring the Easy Plug installation system, and I'll tell you what, I use it on every one of my projects. I'm at American Home Interiors in Elkton, Maryland, and I'm excited to show you how to install iLighting's iluma under cabinet lighting system. Okay, the first step in the installation process is mounting our power supply. For this, you're going to need a 110 outlet. If you're in new construction, you can have your contractor install the outlet anywhere you'd like to conceal the power supply. In an existing kitchen, though, there's always a spare plug above your microwave. This is a perfect spot to mount our power supply. Okay, now your power supply's been installed. There's 3 more steps to complete the job. First is your extensions, next is your optional touch dimmer, and third is your lights. What really sold me on iLighting is the way that they build out your job. I sent them a layout of my kitchen. They made my extensions, they made my dimmer, they made the lights to my exact layout. This cut my installation time in half. Everything was already pre-made and easy to install. It's as easy as using their patented micro connectors and their Easy Plug system. Plug your extension into your power supply, plug your dimmer into your first extension, plug your light into the other end of the dimmer, and you're on your way. Okay, so we've installed the power supply. It's plugged in above the cabinets in this installation. The custom extensions with the Easy Plug connectors have been made at the factory and shipped to us on site. Okay, they've been installed through the cabinet. The wires managed on the inside of the cabinet and brought out through the bottom. That's what you see here. For this job, we've opted to go with the touch dimmer. Okay, the touch dimmer is installed in front of all the lights, so it gets plugged in first to the extension coming off the power supply. You simply, using the Easy Plug system, you simply plug it together and you're good to go. The blue light indicates that the dimmer is plugged in correctly and is ready to go. At this point, you're ready to start with your lights. You're going to take your first strip, it was also pre-made at the factory, to the size of each specific cabinet. Each strip will be numbered, each cabinet will be numbered, so when you open the box, you'll get the right bag at the right cabinet. The kit comes with an alcohol swab, which is included, and some staples. Very important, we need to take this alcohol swab, wipe down the underside of the cabinet that you're installing the light on. You're going to get one of these for each light. Okay, so at this point we're ready to stick the first light up. The reason why we like you to have the lights on is so you can get proper placement under the cabinet. Okay, so you're simply going to hold that light up, okay, and you're going to look for the shadow. Where that shadow comes across the front of the counter. Once you get that location, simply place it, stick it on, and you're done. That light is installed. As you can see, the dimmer's still hanging. We'll manage that at the end of the job. I like to keep it hanging so I could work it, make sure everything's working the way it should be as we go, okay? Okay, we have our dimmer installed, we have our first light. Now we're at the corner of the kitchen. You notice that this door has some wire mesh on it. It's a little decorative door. Customer wants this cabinet to be lit. Very cool thing that iLighting has done is they've taken the under cabinet lighting and they've shrunk it down to half the size. This is a 10 millimeter, this is a 5 millimeter piece. We use this for washing the inside of the cabinets. It's very subtle and it really looks sharp. I'm going to show you how to do that. We've pre-drilled a hole in the corner of the cabinet. Okay, we have the tail coming off of our light. We're simply going to take a Y that's pre-made at the factory using the Easy Plug connector system. We're going to take the end of the light that we have installed. We're going to simply plug our Y into it. Okay, open up the door. We're going to take our 5 millimeter piece. For this application, I have the light on the hinge side. We recommend you put it on the hinge side because you don't get that glare when you open the door. You're not staring at the light, okay? So we have the hole pre-drilled. Simply feed the wire through, okay? Take your Easy Plug connector, one of the remaining leads on the Y, simply plug it in, and now you have your lights in your cabinet. Take your alcohol swab, give it a little wipe, Another thing I'm going to tell you guys that this stuff is thin enough that the factory reveal on the shelf should be plenty to slip this light behind it. Worst case scenario, you may have to take a little bit off the back of the shelf. Make sure you take it off the back so you're not messing up the finish on the front. Okay, the alcohol has been sitting there for a few minutes, it's dry. We simply pull off our two-sided tape. We center the light in the cabinet. Again, we're on the hinge side. That light is installed, okay? The cabinet is now lit. We have another end. This is what we're going to use to continue on with our under cabinet lighting. Our next strip is a corner cabinet strip. You'll notice the front of this cabinet is a little bit shorter than the strip itself. We have found that in a corner cabinet application, we don't want to get any big shadow back here in the corner. We make the strip a little longer, we hold it a little further back, and it does the job. It lights that whole corner for us. So let's do that. We're going to give a nice wide path so we got room up and down to get it. We have our two-sided tape. We're going to pop that off. Now these are, like I said, these are made to fit back further in the cabinet. So what you want to do is you want to stick it in there, and then you want to pull it forward until the light strip meets the sides of the cabinet. You know you're in the right spot when you're at that point. Okay, so stick it on. Okay, now you have one end left on your Y, and you have your tail off of the light you just installed in the corner cabinet. Okay, you simply plug that in. Okay, now we have our inside of our corner cabinet lit. We now have the underside. Notice light, full light back to the corner. Okay, the whole counter is now lit. No shadows. With your incandescent lighting, it creates a lot of shadows on these corner cabinets. So we solve that problem using the 10mm. Okay, so we have our corner cabinet lit inside and out. We're getting ready to move down to the cabinet next to the microwave. Now, because we had to hold this corner light back a little bit on the cabinet, there's a few inch difference there from the front of this cabinet to where this light is located. When iLighting gets the plans, they will custom make an extension with the easy plug connectors on them. So you don't have to make anything, it's just plug and play. Folks, if you're cutting anything with a pair of scissors, you're doing something wrong, okay? So here we go. We're going to plug in our extension to the light. We're going to take our next light for the cabinet next to the microwave. We're going to plug it in. Okay, so now we're good to go. But we have to manage this wire. Okay, so we have the light connected. We have the extension on. Now the light is on. We want to take our alcohol swab. Remember, this is very important. Give it a little swipe. And while we're letting that dry, I want to come over here. I'm going to hit this last cabinet. Okay. Okay, we've given that a few seconds to dry. We're simply going to remove our double back tape. Okay, we got that off. Now again, we're going to look for the shadow like that. And that light is now up. Okay, now we have this extension to manage. These particular cabinets are framed cabinets. With a frame cabinet, when you butt the two cabinets together, it creates a small void in between each cabinet on the underside. Okay? On that application, simply take your micro connector and feed it up into that gap. Okay? Push that extension up in there, and it is gone. Okay, so we've got our lights installed up to our microwave. Now we need to get up and around the microwave to get our last cabinet. Very easy fix. iLighting has pre-made the extension with the easy plug connectors on them. We simply drill a hole in the bottom corner behind the front frame, corner on the bottom, corner on the top. Fish the wire through the hole, out the top, using our sticky tabs. A little bit of alcohol to clean the area. There's a small clip on the tab. The wire just snaps into the clip. Remove the backing, stick it up on the stile. It'll keep that wire nice and tight behind the frame. We're up above the cabinets. We bring it over, same process. Another hole in the corner at the top, another hole in the corner at the bottom. Using our wire management tabs, we come down. We have our easy plug connection coming out the bottom for our last cabinet. We simply remove the tape for the two-sided tape for our last light. We plug it in. Okay, and we're good to go. Again, with it lit, we know where to set it so we don't have that shadow. We stick it up. Okay, folks, we are done. I have the lights turned off right now because I want to direct your attention down to the toe kick. Okay, the customer in this job wanted us to light the toe kick. Eye lighting makes a 5mm, which I showed you earlier, to light the inside of the cabinet. We also use that with a special bracket that's produced in the factory to light the toe kick, and we illuminate that by running the lights in the same manner as we did on the cabinets. Okay, now the beauty of using eye lighting is, number one, it's made right here in Northeast Maryland. It's manufactured, like I said earlier, for your specific job, for your specific needs. Again, we have the 5 and the 10mm product. We use the 10mm on the task lighting and above on your crown molding. We use the 5mm on the toe kick. Folks, this stuff is guaranteed for 50,000 hours, and if you do the math, that's 17 years of running this stuff 8 hours a night. Okay, so we've gone over pretty much everything. We talked about the 5mm toe kick, we've talked about the task lighting, we've talked about the crown molding above cabinet lights. I just want to go over the touch dimmer with you. It's real easy. The blue light will help orient your hand to it in the dark. Okay, we're going to push the button one time, lights come on. Push the button again, lights go off. Folks, it's my experience that iLighting's iluma under cabinet system installs in half the time as your other traditional under cabinet systems. Also, it's made right here in Northeast Maryland, and their customer service is unrivaled in the industry. iLighting truly is LED lighting simplified.